Hey there, I am Lauren and welcome to the 24 Threads podcast. Jump right on in with what I am wearing today. Today I have on the LOUISE scarf, and this is a pattern that I wrote, I believe it was 2019, so about 2 going on 3 years ago. It was also probably one of the first, I think it was one of the first patterns I wrote, maybe like the second or the third, somewhere around there. And it's also the first time I used hand-dyed yarn, which was very exciting, and it got me hooked, and now all I want to use is hand-dyed yarn because it's just so beautiful. But it starts with a solid color on this side, and you work the long length of the scarf. You stripe it in the middle, and then you go to the other color on this side. It's a great project for beginners and advanced crocheters if you want an easy project. And it's a great kind of intro into color work and changing colors too, because you use one color for a good bit and then you change to the other. So I've got some instructions on exactly like what to do to help you with all those little ends, because I know those can be annoying. You can save them all for the end to weave in, but what I like to do is just crochet around the end as I go, and then by the time you are done making the scarf, then you don't have any ends to weave in except for the last one, and it's kind of nice. So but yeah, it's totally fun. If you love half double crochet, I'm pretty sure it's half double crochet. But yeah, if you love it, then this would be the scarf for you. So this week I'm gonna kind of combine whips and finished objects into one section of the podcast, because like I don't really have a completely finished object, but I have an object that is majority finished. I have 2 actually. But the first one I will show y'all. Let me see. I've been showing this one to y'all for a while now, but it is my color work yoke sweater. Trying to get the whole picture in there, but I only have about maybe 2 or 3 inches left to do of the body until I get to the ribbing, so I am ready for this one to be done. This week I put a lot of focus more on the pattern writing side of that sweater, and so that's going really well, and I'm almost done with that, but I do need to finish up the sweater so that I can get the weight of it and figure out how much yarn I use. That way I can figure out how much yarn is needed for the other sizes. By the time this video comes out, I might have already done a tester call. I'm still kind of like iffy on that one, but it is coming very soon. So if I haven't done it already and you're interested, go ahead and sign up for my email newsletter. There is a link in the description below, and you will be the first to be notified about tester calls for this pattern as well as future patterns. If I don't get enough testers through my email subscription list, then I will head on over to Instagram and do a tester call on there. So if you don't want to sign up for my newsletter, that's cool. But go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. That way you'll at least kind of be up to date with this pattern, like when it releases in a few months, and future patterns as well. So my next whip / finished object for this week, I think it was last week's, or not last week, the previous week, because I did skip last week, but so episode 5, I believe that I showed it to you on there, but it is a blanket. I finished like the main part of the blanket, and so now I just have to go back and do a design on it. But I'm not gonna unfold it. This is like a quarter of it. You can really see the striping on the camera, which is kind of cool. But this is, I believe it's a Lion brand scarfie. I had 4 skeins, so I used 4 skeins, but the pattern will be customizable, and you start from the middle of the blanket and you just like work your way around, and that way you can make the blanket whatever size you have for however much yarn you have in your stash or however much you want to buy. That's how big your blanket will be. And side note, I apologize if you see me keep on looking to the side. My cat is over there and I saw him climbing up on something and I was trying to figure that out. But anyways, so on this blanket, I will be doing a surface crochet kind of design. I have an idea in my head, but I'm gonna have to kind of test it out to see how well it works and to see how well I can translate it into a pattern or some kind of like tutorial video or photos. I'm not sure, but this is the yarn that is going to go over it. This is going to be the design. So I thought it was really pretty, this kind of pink and orange color. I don't know, I'm really excited. I think it's going to look really good on top of the gray and the black and the white. It's gonna stand out. It's gonna match my lovely comforter here and kind of like just my decor that I have in general. So yeah, I hope to be finishing that one up this week and can show you the finished blanket next week. I have one more WIP to share with y'all, and this is one that I just started it was this week, or maybe it was last week. Sometime recently. Anyways, so I saw a, what's it called? A knit along for the DRK Everyday Socks by Andrea Mowry, and I was like, I want to make those. And she's doing it where you spin the yarn and then you make the socks, but if you're not a spinner, you can also just knit the socks. And yes, it's knit and not crochet, but I needed to practice some of my knitting skills, and these looked fun. So they look kind of funny right now, but this is what they're looking like so far. Very skinny, but they stretch. Give me just 1 second and I'll go grab my sock blocker so you can kind of see a little bit better what they look like. Okay, so this is what they are looking like so far. I am very impressed with these socks because this toe I did a different cast on. I believe it's the Turkish cast on, and I hadn't done that one before. I've always done Judy's Magic cast on, which is great, but this was kind of fun to try something new. I love the ribbing because the sock is tight around your foot. And then this heel, I haven't done a heel like this either because I've always done an afterthought heel. And this one, I don't know exactly what it's called, to be honest, but I think it's maybe heel flap and gusset. But I'm just loving it. You can see how it's kind of shaping up. I'm about to move on to this little heel part, and then we'll do the ankle. I'll probably make these little taller than shorty socks because I do prefer shorter socks, but so far I'm loving this pattern. I really hope this is the first pair of socks that I actually make more than just one sock, because I have a drawer full of single socks and not a full pair of socks yet. So we'll see. Hopefully the fact that it is part of a knit along will motivate me. But if you are interested, the knit along is going on until I believe March 22nd, and I will throw a link down in the description to the I guess it's a forum or a group, I'm not really sure, but whatever it's called, on Ravelry, where the knit along is taking place. So I think that is it for today. I don't really have a ton going on because I was writing that pattern for the color work yoke sweater and for a solid version of that sweater as well. another little side note, if you're interested in testing, I'm gonna have two options for you to choose from. You can do the color work version, or you can do a solid version of the same sweater. The tests will kind of run together and be part of the same group, because you'll give me similar information regardless of which sweater you do. So if you are not quite ready to do color work, but you like the shape and the style of the sweater, then go ahead and still apply, because there will be a solid version that I am looking for testers for as well. Hopefully I will have at least one finished object to show you next week, maybe even two, maybe 2.5. We'll see. And then maybe I'll even start a new project sometime this week too, and have that to share as well. We will have to just wait and see. Thank you for joining me on episode 6 of the 24 Threads podcast, and I will see you next time. Bye.